Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It's Friday, everybody. February 5th. I'm Jeff here with my friends Stephanie and Brandon. Feeling good? Super Bowl weekend?
Woo!
Absolutely. That was
so fake.
And you were kind of on it. You were feeling it.
Yeah, you know, today my sole objective is to get Stephanie a little bit more excited about the big game.
I gave it a whoop at the start. What more do you want?
Stick around because we got a whole segment to talk about it and for you to work on Stephanie and get her excited about it. All right, let's begin with some stories. Olivia Wilde has a firm no jerks on set policy. I'm already down with it. During Variety's Directors on Directors series, Olivia told promising young woman director Emerald Fennell that she was given some terrible advice from another Hollywood actor and director. He told her, get this, in order to get respect on set, you have to beat it a predator and have 3 big arguments a day to remind everyone who is in charge. Olivia said she wanted none of that. Watch.
The no policy, it's really, I think, you know, puts everybody on the same level, because one thing that I also noticed as an actress for years was how the hierarchy of the set separated the actors from the crew in this very strange way that serves no one. But the idea of, well, don't bother the actors and keep them separated and don't look at them. And, you know, I think it makes everyone quite anxious.
It's this no jerks policy that reportedly led to Shia LaBeouf's firing from Olivia's movie Don't Worry, Darling. Well, he had something to worry about. Hi-oh. He was replaced by Harry Styles, who she is now apparently dating.
Oh,
listen, I am 100% down with this. We could get to Shia and her dating Harry Styles, but listen, I built where I am now off of not being a jerk on set. I always wasn't the best on camera, right? So I had to make sure I was even better behind the camera. I always broke down the equipment with the guys I worked with. I always got my own water. I didn't ask for anybody. I wanted to be not even seen. I didn't want anyone to know I was there until it was my time to do what I had to do. And I love this note because nobody likes a jerk on set. Nobody, even your coworkers.
You were saying this is what it was like in locker rooms for football stars.
Yeah, football
too.
locker rooms, just that power dynamic, whether you're a coach or you're a highly talented actor or football player. Like the days of you being so good but such a jerk to people that you get away with things, that's over. I mean, that Hollywood power dynamic is over. Trying to reign or coach coach with fear. Now you're seeing a lot of people reign or coach with respect. Because it's one thing if someone of authority tells you, Stephanie, oh, I don't know, why are you wearing that, having that mug on set? But if someone that you respect, that you worked with is like, hey, Steph, I don't think you should, have that mug on set, then that's two different ways of approaching someone and receiving information from someone. And your mug is awesome, by the way. I finally got mine. Thank you.
You had to sneak that in there. You were a little jelly. You were a little jelly you didn't get a mug.
I'll hold it up just so people can see in case they were like, what's he talking about?
I'm going to bring in my mug, too. But, Steph, how do you feel? How do you respond? Because I do like tough love. I like when people are tough on me.
I think constructive criticism
but
is
not in front of
important.
everybody, not embarrassing anybody, not pointing anybody out.
I mean, no.
I do get where tough love comes from. How do you respond to criticism or when someone has to tell you something?
No, I don't mind at all. If it's constructive and it's something that I need to learn or work on, then absolutely. But I think, like you said, there's a way in which you go about it. There's a way in which you can, you maybe take the person aside and talk to them privately. You don't make anyone feel stupid. But I've worked in television or in modeling, whatever, my entire life, right? And I have seen the whole spectrum. And I've seen people saying horrendous things about people that they don't even know because they don't want them on the set. Ooh. So if they felt intimidated or threatened, they'll say to the director, whatever, oh, I worked with them in so-and-so location, they were awful, or my friend was their director and they were awful, and it was completely not true, just because they felt intimidated by that person. They didn't want to feel, I guess, outshone. It's so embarrassing.
So you think this can lead to misinformation then?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, but...
Because it is a popular club, But
our senior producer was just saying that now they'll really research, they'll go and ask multiple people on different sets and jobs, which I think is the right thing to do, you know? Because I was saying, how do you know if someone's not very nice? You could hire someone and over time the power goes to their head or something,
but it ruins, it cancers the whole cast and crew, set, right? Yep. No matter what you're on. And I hate the word talent, too, while we're at it. No, man, we're a team. Let's all get there. I hate that word. Anyways. Yeah. I hate a lot of things. I could go on forever. All right, let's get to some other stories. Serena Williams is giving everyone a little house envy. The tennis champ gave a peek into her gorgeous 14,000 square foot Florida mansion in the latest issue of Architectural Digest. I got it. Her sister Venus, who owns an interior design firm, I didn't know that, helped turn this estate into her dream home.
Wow,
it includes an art gallery in the living room, complete with this see-through vintage piano.
I love that.
Why not? And a media room which doubles as a karaoke space.
Nice. Can't wait for my
have a little fun too. Serena also showed off her trophy room where she keeps most of her hardware. That's not all of it, just some of it. Just some of it. Let's watch.
Now all you all need me to show you is a Wimbledon, but I don't think I have Wimbledon here. Do I have one? Oh, I do. This is our Wimbledon trophy. Lots of cool details and names. My sister's name is in here 6 or 7 times, which is crazy. Oh, here's another Wimbledon trophy. I'm so bad with this. Here's another Australian Open. I won that one a few times. Yeah, I see a second place trophy, but I'm gonna put that one in the trash. Shouldn't be in here. We don't keep second place.
That was you were
That's
really
cool.
there, right? It wasn't for the cameras. That was her showing. Oh, I forgot I had a Nobel Peace Prize. What do you think about that?
Oh my gosh, well, first of all,
what do you think about the whole house?
The whole house is just literally incredible. And I play piano and I want to get a piano.
You do? Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that about you.
Well, there you go. You do now.
But isn't it weird?
I've been thinking about getting a piano, a bigger one, because I've got a big grand piano keyboard that I just shove in the cupboard because I haven't got loads of room. But I've been thinking about getting a piano, and that piano has got my name written all over it. If you ever come to my place, it's all weird pop art, acrylic, very bizarre, and that piano is just amazing. But you know what? I actually met Serena Williams. I worked with her and I interviewed her, and she honestly, out of anyone I have ever met, the power and the energy and the presence that woman has, it's undescribable. And you walk in the room and you can just feel her energy. And that was it was a few days before she was playing at Wimbledon. This was now maybe 3-4 years ago. And oh my gosh, she was so polite, so charming, but just such a presence that I just can't describe.
That's a real thing.
It's a championship aura.
Yeah,
that's a real thing. It's the same when I met Michael Jordan. I feel like it's just in the same way where I saw Tiger Woods from across a room and still felt that. It's that championship Bishop Oral. But I want to go because I want to go back to Serena's digs because a lot of people were online saying during the pandemic, this is a little tone deaf. To some people, I understand why this would be tone deaf, but there are some kids in Compton, California right now that are looking at her digs. Some little girls that are looking at her accomplishments, and that is the ultimate motivation. Because when you're talking, when you say talent in terms of what we are called for TV, but when we talk about talented individuals that go on to play professional sports and all, it's being great is only a motivation for a small few. Only certain ones wake up and like, oh, I'm going to go after Jordan's records or Tom Brady's or Serena Williams records. Most people wake up to be like, I want to buy, because of my talent, I want to use my talent to buy X, to create X, the life I want. So watching that was motivation for a lot of people.
And I'm with you. She came from very humble beginnings, which is why I think she is the person who she is now and how she carries herself. So I'm glad you pointed that out. And
the part where her sister did the interior design.
I love that.
Now you're
if I want to go back there, if you got endless money, I could design that place.
Oh, okay.
And everyone's gonna like a see-through piano.
Okay, yeah.
I want that piano, I'm telling you now. I love it.
Let's get this last story in because the movie Grease is under attack. Get this, for not aging well. The 1970 classic about high school students in the 50s recently came under fire on social media after some viewers in the UK complained about the film. Some called the dance competition scene homophobic because only boy-girl couples were allowed to compete. This was the 50s, by the way. And some said the character Rizzo was shamed and criticized for sleeping with multiple men. Olivia Newton-John, who of course starred in the movie as Sandy, called the criticism silly during an appearance on an Australian podcast. Let's listen.
It's a fun movie musical and not to be taken so seriously. I think everyone's taking everything so seriously.
Yes.
We need to relax a little bit and just enjoy things for what they are. And I didn't see it like that at all. And I think it's just a fun movie that entertains people. That's all.
Listen, this is one of my pet peeves. You could go around all day finding things to complain about, right? And bad things are going to happen to you in life regardless. Even if you're on a straight and narrow path with blinders on, bad things are going to happen. Don't go looking for problems, right? I understand this is a problem, and in our past, we had to deal with this. I feel like we're in a better place now, but to start shaming everyone and everything for what it was during its time period, I'm not a fan of.
OCC, over cancel culture. That's what it is. People are looking for things. And I don't, honestly, Jeff, now that I'm in media now, I don't even think this was that big of a deal. It's just someone saw it and was like, hey, you know what? This is what's hot right now. So let me make a huge deal of it right now. So you can basically say Kim Cattrall's character in Sex and the City was Rizzo. You know, so if you don't have a problem with Sex and the City, why are you having a problem with Grease? I think like Miss Newton-John said, I think people are just taking everything too seriously.
Miss Newton-John, very respectful.
Sandy.
You could do this. If this show was 5 hours, you could go back through every movie. Think of every movie made in the 80s. You could criticize those all day long.
Absolutely. No, I think if the movie was being made now, obviously the considerations would have had to have been made. But you've got to think this was set in the 1970s. The AIDS pandemic didn't hit us. 1950s, sorry. It was made in the 1970s and it was set in the 1950s. The AIDS pandemic hadn't even hit. Being gay wasn't even as mainstream as it was by the time this even came out. Does that make sense?
As mainstream as it was.
In that time frame, it wouldn't have made sense. Does that make sense? It was fitting to the time. It doesn't mean it's right now in today's society and with what we've been educated with and how the world is today.
Absolutely. All right, guys, coming up on DBL, Tom Brady is back in the Super Bowl for the 11th time. You got to stick around when he reads mean tweets. And Justin Timberlake's biggest fashion regrets. Stephanie gives us the scoop next and What Up Wednesday.
Closed captioning provided by
DBL, I'm Stephanie Jones with this week's hottest celebrity style and beauty news today. Get ready to see the bizarre new face implant that cost one rapper $24 million. Plus, Justin Timberlake shares his biggest red carpet regret because it's Fashion Fix Friday. First, it's Miley's party and she's gonna do what she wants to. The pop star's getting ready for her pre-game performance next Sunday, and she teased fans with a behind-the-scenes look at her costume fitting. And as you would expect from Miley, there's a bit more skin than material when it comes to this look. She'll be rocking a shiny black and pink halter crop top complete with the cheekiest of bottoms and high-heel boots. Now that's one way to grab attention. Now get ready for one of my weirdest what the fashion moments yet. So weird that our lawyers demanded that we warn you. It's strange, it's bizarre, and it's even a little bit gross. But what is it? Drum roll please. It's an 11-carat pink diamond implanted into the forehead of rapper Lil Uzi Vert. Now, he told fans that his mansion and many luxury cars combined are still cheaper than the cost of this diamond. Now, as for why such a decision was made, I can only guess that it was for attention, because you can't even see the diamond when it's on your forehead. Or maybe he's just really bad at losing valuables and knew he'd never lose it there. I don't know, but all I know is it's 100% certified what the fashion. And finally, Justin Timberlake is begging us to forget one of his most famous red carpet outfits. Sorry, not sorry, Justin, because we will never forget these iconic matching denim outfits he wore with Britney Spears back in 2001 at the American Music Awards whilst doing press for his new movie, Palmer. So the 40-year-old admitted that this look is one of his biggest fashion regrets, and he blames it on being young and in love and made him do some silly things. Well, honestly, not gonna lie, I love the denim look. I mean, who doesn't love a little campiness there, and everywhere? But I'm more shocked that Justin's cornrows phase didn't take the title of biggest regret. That's it for this week's Fashion Fix Friday. DBL will be back right after this.
Welcome back to DBL. Who isn't excited for the big game?
Stephanie.
Stephanie's got her hands raised. This weekend, the Kansas City Chiefs face off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're having a little downer here, but could it become a big super spreader event? One recent survey suggested 28% of people who plan to watch will either host or attend a party. And speaking of COVID, the Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes dodged a bullet. He was recently in line to get his hair cut when the team barber tested positive for the virus. Coincidence, huh? And get this, a man who owns a large furniture store chain and goes by the name of Mattress Mac put down $3.46 million for the Buccaneers to cover the 3.5 spread. It's the largest bet on the game so far. Did this guy, I feel like we did a story on Mattress Mac. Did we do one last year? No? Sounds familiar.
That's a lot of money.
And I think the spread is down to 3 now, by the way.
Is it? Vegas doesn't get these things wrong.
I know.
Vegas is good when it comes to that, Stephanie.
Quickly, I mean, it's Friday. We're going to be back on Monday. Do you have a prediction?
Well, since it is Friday, Jeff, you know, I brought out a little bling for you guys.
Look at that.
That's so cool.
Adjust the exposure on your TV sets at home.
That's your Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, it's a Super Bowl ring, man. And then I love pulling it out from time to time, especially during Super Bowl week, because you just you remember, you know what the players are going through, their families, everything, all the sacrifices that's going on, but you just remember the parties and just everything that's involved with this. So people, and then right here, just being on the sideline before the game, that was me, some of my teammates dressed up for Super Bowl Media Day. That was one of the practices. It's just everything that week embodies. And then there was Old Bay that Swiss Beats stole from me, Alicia Keys, and then that was me on the sideline. It was just great time, great experience. And here's Stephanie. You have the promise. I'll let you wear it. I'll disinfect it. But here, you can look at it, but you have to root for the game, not the halftime show, the game. Deal?
Well, I think it's absolutely lovely, but my only prediction this weekend is that the weekend's going to be absolutely awful.
Ooh, halftime show. Let me squeeze this in before we go. No matter what happens on Sunday, Tom Brady will already be setting records just by taking the field. He's 43 years old. He'll be the oldest player ever to play in the Super Bowl. And check out Brady on Jimmy Kimmel Live reading some mean tweets.
Is he ever going to retire like he said he was going to?
Hope everyone has a great Monday, except for Tom Brady. You, Tom Brady. You. Tom Brady, you suck. You ugly, you suck. You throw like a fat lady with a flabby arm and a little girl butt face. Hashtag Tom Brady, hashtag suck. You suck.
Ironically, Brandon London, that Super Bowl ring beat Tom Brady.
That's cool.
That's why you guys got that Super Bowl ring.
With the crazy catch and just the confetti flying, it was, I mean, it's memorable. And he read one of Stephanie's tweets too, but we didn't get to it.
Are you not a Tom Brady fan?
The only reason I really knew who he was because he was married to Giselle.
Wow.
That's
Do you think he's handsome?
To be honest, I don't even recall. If he walked past me in the street, I wouldn't know who he was.
What?
So I think he's handsome. I mean, I'll take a leave.
Who's a bigger star, David Beckham or Tom Brady?
David Beckham, hands down. What are you even talking about? You can't even compare the two.
Who could win in a fist fight?
I don't know.
Good answer. All right. Put that ring up, Brandon Lennon. Let's end on that bad boy. We're going to be right back. Oh, look at that cheese.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Welcome back to DBL. New travel trends are taking over as the pandemic canceled or delayed most people's plans. We're chatting about it in today's DBL Drive, sponsored by CarShield. First, cruises were typically carefree, but now expect the opposite with mandatory pre-travel testing and a lot of disinfecting on board. Second, high-tech touchless options will expand this year, such as payment options with your phone or facial scans in airports. Lastly, with the emphasis on social distancing, more people are expected to spend time outdoors enjoying activities like camping or hiking. Remember, when it comes to your travel, for peace of mind, get an auto protection plan with CarShield. CarShield protects their members from the high cost of auto repairs. Call 1-800-505-9619 for a free quote. All right, 35-32 Buccaneers.
35-28 Buccaneers.
3-0 to Chelsea.
That's my favorite
That's a
soccer
great one.
team.
All right, guys, have a great weekend. Enjoy the game. We'll see you on Monday.
Thank you.